to the stars so you can turn off the lights. I come alive in the dark, and I keep getting stronger. Tonight I hunt with the pride. You can't take my pride away. I can sing with the birds and the trees in the morning, or roll like the storms way over the ocean. My limit's the sky. I do the impossible, impossible. Shine if I want to. I win every time if I want to. The world mine if I want to. Make the world mine cause I want to. Even on the days when I'm late as ever, my timing is right. Even in the darkest moments, stay close, I'm that shine to the light. I can make an earthquake nervous, I can make the sun wear a visor. I can make a wise owl see me as a daily advisor. I'm that cool shade, peaceful night that still my breath is a storm. I bet I can make the thunder clap when I perform. It's just that in the laws of nature, I'm breaking the rules. Only thing I'm bad at is being a loser. Hey, I can make time travel a surprise. Make gravy.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Chicago Bears and the New York Giants. It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in week 4. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. This defense for the Bears, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He's got him in. Complete. Touchdown, Giants. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, here's Fields. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Fields. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 14 yards and a Chicago 1st down. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
2 yards, good enough for a first. Now Fields. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. A play fake, now Fields to throw. He's going to look deep for more. And this is caught. A huge play there for Chicago. 45 yards.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Justin Fields with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Bears are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And they'll be backed up a bit to start as he's out of bounds at the 16. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. They'll roll him out right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The Giants at 3-0 here in the month of September. And they coming on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Sliding out of the pocket. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Now Jones. He's going to go up top again. He rifles one that's intercepted. Kyler Gordon picks it off. And the Bears are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. A shotgun snap, Fields. Open man, completes it to Claypool. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper.
Extra receivers have spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago. They'll give up the middle to Johnson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well, the Bears and the Giants both looking to improve their passing games in 2022. That's for sure. Last year, the Bears ranked number 30 in the NFL in passing yards. The Giants actually one spot worse at number 31. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after one. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down. On the jet sweep, here comes Moore. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house. So they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
Now Fields on 3rd and goal. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
Santos' kick is up and through. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete, and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing, Jones. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Off the play fake, Jones. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
They're going to try and throw. Escaping the pressure right.
Oh, looking for Waller, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson.
And they will score. A pick six for the Bears. Touchdown. Now the point after try for Santos. It's good to make it 17-7.
Makes the score Bears 17, Giants 7.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Jones now throwing on first down.
This one goes out wide for Barkley. And they're going to get this up to midfield. 2nd and 2.
8 yards and the pickup.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side.
And they get Jones for the 3rd time in this ball game. Kyler Gordon picks it off. And the Bears are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
It only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
Ran it last time, now Fields to throw.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Got a man, it's Tunyon. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down on the other side of midfield.
A huge play there for Chicago. 48 yards.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Play action. It's Fields.
Rolling to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
Now it's Fields.
Steps away. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Kayvon Thibodeaux in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. 4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill.
He's going to field this at the 4. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15.
Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards.
And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points. but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the Plague did on the last one.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Jaquan Brisker, and the Bears are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. An excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Partner, the good ones have a clock running in their head, okay? Because it says something like this: I've got this many seconds to find a target. After that, I have to tuck it and try and get some yardage on this first down snap. He doesn't just get some yards, though. He gets a big gain, and they'll come right back with another 1st and 10.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson.
And the Giants are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here.
Being chased down, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Back to throw. Jones forced out to his left.
Oh, he's going to look downfield for Barkley.
And got his man complete.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Looking to throw. Jones. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Darius Slayton, as the first half is winding down.
And the Giants are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Get all the extra point, and it leads down to a field goal at 17-14.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This taken in at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Credit that to the former Georgia Bulldog, Azeez Ojulari getting in there to bring him down. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long.
So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
They'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe it'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
He's going to wind up and air it out. He's got a man, complete. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Up the middle, Johnson. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. They'll go option to the short side. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and it goes down. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12. So his first sack of the game is CD, not his first of the season. He has shown an ability to get after the quarterback here early in his rookie year.
Yeah, and that just goes along with everything else we already knew about him. We knew his ability to tackle and to make plays behind the line of scrimmage. But any kind of pass rush you get almost seems like a bonus.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Kayvon Thibodeaux. 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up fourth down. Santos' kick is up and through, and they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out.
And now here's another interception. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot.
And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Back to throw, Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first.
Out of the gun, Fields.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
Santos' kick is up and through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well.
Especially the quarterback.
On 2nd and 7, Jones. That's caught by Waller out left side. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Here's Jones on 1st down. And my goodness, another interception. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown.
Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick 6.
Hey, that's a great observation too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions. Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running.
Now Jones on 1st and 10. He'll look downfield for Waller, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Off play action. Jones. He'll buy some time right. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Azeez Ojulari
picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
And he is out up around the 15-yard line. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
This is where the NFL is headed year by year, partner. A league where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly had a nice display of that from both QBs in this game. And that continued with that 1st down run.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Jones. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Buying time to his left. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Well, I'm not totally privy to what went on with their offensive meetings, but, Charles, something tells me that one wasn't in the plan.
Yeah, when we had our production meeting, they didn't exactly share that with us, but I'm pretty sure that on the play sheet, the run backwards into your own end zone, not written down.
And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Throwing on 2nd and 8.
Fields. He hits Mooney going across the middle. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And this one is incomplete.
It's been a fun game for him so far, but I think he tried to do just a little too much that time. Give the defense a rare win on that snap.
And here we go on 4th down. Fields.
He's going to look deep for more. And this is going to be intercepted.
picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Giants are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth-quarter hole.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Now a play fake here on first down. Dancing to his left. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones.
He's got Slayton on the slant. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jones.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
On 2nd and 10, Jones. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
It's been a nice day for him as a passer and as a runner. One of the few mistakes he's made in this ball game. The wrong choice on that one. That one goes incomplete.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
Desperation time now. Here's Jones.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bears will get the football back. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to look deep for more. And incomplete on the deep ball. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense can crowd the line of scrimmage if you just hand it off inside.
Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked off by Amani Oruwariye. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Looking to throw. Jones.
Catch made by Slayton. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Jones looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. They'll look to throw again. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Eddie Jackson picks it. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown.
This defense just continuing to do their thing, and now they add on to that lead with another pick 6.
And how about the way they played this entire game? Not only they put their stamp on it, but every time they try and mount an offensive challenge, they find a way to thwart it. And multiple pick 6s, oh yeah, they'll enjoy watching this tape after the game.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that'll make this a 19-point ball game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. It's a squibber picked up around the 27.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Just all around a solid performance, and now they've got the 3-score lead here, Charles. So the final seconds of the 4th quarter.
Yeah, in this one, they've been in control, haven't they? They've earned this victory. No question who the better team was out there in this game. And frankly, the score could have been a lot worse than it was.